What's going on, Knights of X? We are at the final round of this 3v3 season, and it hasn't been that bad so far. Besides last round, which I didn't even get to post. The game crashes that I had during that battle destroyed the recording. I'm talking 3 crashes in a row, and some bad RNG with some battles. The Grand Arena was already done in the front wall, and I would have been stuck. So I will show that match, but we did end up losing, but we're not having a bad season. We're currently 5-2, I believe, or 5-3. We're 5-3, so hopefully a 6-3 for today. So let's head into the game really quick and take a look at Grand Arena. 1-1 for the week, 39-02. And our opponent today is actually a really awesome player of the community and reached out to me and said they're a big fan of the content. So big shout out to Naveed Zenith for reaching out and being a big supporter of this channel. From Morban Knights is the guild, and they're at 15.4 galactic power, 15.4 million. And they're going really hard on the error units, so doing really a phenomenal job here. And the Relic Amplifier level. Let's take a look at the 10s. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They got the Goat, Ugnaught, and Cup at Relic 10. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Those packs are fun. But yeah, that's what we're working with today. Lots of Relic 10s. And Datacrons, wow. Really, really good. A lot better than Mace. So I'm a little jealous of the Datacron farming and the roster. So, very interesting stuff. Now, I have to admit, they did reach out to me and said if I wanted to do anything in particular, anything special for the matchup, to just let them know. And honestly, was so freaking busy with just, videos, life, work, that I forgot to respond. So, we're treating this as a normal Grand Arena with a little bit of testing here and there. So, they're very kind for them to reach out to do that. I made the mistake by not setting up anything or planning, so that's on me. But they did take their first attempt on Revan Ezra. And I did get a hold with the Yoda and Chewie Kron. So we know what that is like. It is an absolute nightmare. They haven't touched anything on the top yet. I honestly haven't changed my defense. I'm so focused on Conquest, and that this video is going to be a little bit different than my normal ones because I want to make sure I can bang out this Conquest sector guide as fast as I can. So we're not going to do a lot of editing for this one. We're going to do one full take unless there's a couple snippets here and there. But I want to try to just at least go for this Grand Arena just to see and save some time. So we have to deal with a full Relic 10 Stranger Maul team without the focus Datacron. I'm assuming the 25% turn meter. We got to deal with the Cody clones. Very good team. This is probably going to do Darth Revan. Can't take this team lightly as well. Very, very strong. And they have Zam in there instead of Fennec. So they're going to get the benefits of the Bounty Hunter Omicron on Zam. Then we got Satele Shan on defense. Interesting stuff. Up top, Inquisitor Barriss, Mace, Saw Gerrera. This guy has been causing me problems all season long. I cannot stand him. He's actually sleeper broken. I just recently brought Luthen to Relic 9 to deal, from the inspiration of the frustration I felt this season. I bumped up his Relic levels and changed his bonding a little bit so that his decoy can scale pretty hard at the higher Relics and the stats he steals from Luthen. So that's why I did it. We have Pirate King Hondo, and we have Leia on defense as well. So need to keep in mind about Leia. That's going to be challenging. So like I said, this video is going to be a little bit different. There's not going to be as much edits as normal because I want to make sure I have enough time to bang out the Conquest sector guides this week. This is always the toughest week for me as a content creator to make sure I can provide as much content as possible, come out with the cheeses, and it just takes a lot of time in the very busy life of Vex. So what I'm thinking here is that this is a Relic 10, full Relic 10 team. And like I thought, it's a 25% turn meter, so I don't know if that's going to necessarily affect the Satele matchup. It might as well. It practically could. But the question is it as strong as the Focus Datacron matchup? So that's what I need to decide here. I'm probably going to end up trying it still because we need to figure out exactly what's going to work. And I am just extremely curious. I don't think Starkiller is going to hit as hard. And I do have my Old Republic modded pretty fast. Why do I have a hard time always finding them? Always a hard time with Old Republic. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm going to go with protection here. 25% turn meter, 109% protection, a little bit of armor pen and crit chance. Again, they are at Relic 10. They get a lot of speed from Starkiller's Unique. And with 25% turn meter, they're practically going to go first. I just have a feeling they're going first. But I could be wrong. I don't know. 90% sure they are. But those are the stats. Crit damage, defense, and health and offense. Let's give it a shot. It's the final round. We got to figure out what can work and what doesn't. So, okay, there you go. I think that will practically cook the counter, I think. You see that? So, very, very smart. I don't think there's any coming back to this. So maybe everyone's right that Satele is just not going to be able to get it done if you can't outspeed. There's just simply no way. And I'm pretty sure we're getting feared when we have Fearless. That's another bug. So let's see if Satele can carry this. More than likely not. Not without Revan. So this is a very good thing to figure out. She's fractured, unfortunately. There's no way. I mean, that was a big blow up. Yeah, guys. 25% turn meter, so keep this in mind for next season. It could shut down Satele, but it might open up some other counters. So we got to figure out, you know, what you're trying to stop. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go with the Bad Batch. Unless Satele can somehow... Oh, yeah, there's no freaking way. Yeah, now with heal immunity, I think we're screwed. Yeah. So, unfortunately, we dropped, but just like that, the turn meter can make a difference. So, gonna have to forfeit that. But what we're gonna try now is probably Bad Batch. So what I'm going to do is, even with the turn meter cron, I'm gonna have to figure out something else. So we're gonna go with Bad Batch here with the wordy Bad Batch 6, Crosshair 9, and good armor pen, and some, you know, potency stats. It's not gonna really matter. I mean, again, they're also at high relics, but I don't think that was the problem there. I think the biggest problem was that speed. So, let's see how this goes. Because this Grand Arena could also be absolutely done. Because they're just going to go really, really fast. Unfortunately, I don't like this start already because he didn't go first, which I'm not a fan of. I think we're very much in trouble. And against the Relic 10, I don't think so, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's no way. Let's see what happens. Maybe a counterattack or just I die? Oh, yeah. Yeah, guys. The 25% turn meter. Look at that. We are dropping fast. Really, really fast here. So, that could make the difference in most matchups. Them getting that lightning fast speed is a huge, huge problemo. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to have to forfeit that, and I'm going to have to go way more expensive. I've wasted 2 really strong teams already on this matchup, so I think what I have to do is I'm going to go with Galactic Republic and try to go for a high offense or crit damage cron. Maybe the buffs on a basic for light side. I'm thinking probably this, the buff on a basic and then high armor pen with crit damage and some health. This is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare what speed and turn meter is doing to this team. Obviously, if I had Lord Vader on offense, that'd probably be a little bit easier, but let's see how this goes. Stagger could help. Didn't get the one shot. I mean, that's not good. Because he's still marked. And now that's happening. I'm not going to say this is Relic 10. It's not the Relic 10 that's the problem. He's getting very close to his ult, which is horrible. Oh, man. No, he's getting it. Or... oh, yeah. Holy moly, we're getting absolutely T-boned. This is terrible. Maybe here? Oh, I got Stranger, but I think... let's see what happens. Wow, we're somehow alive. The good thing is that Stranger's done. He's not coming back. That worked out. Should I be going for Maul? Okay, I mean, this might be a little bit of luck. I think that extra health on this Datacron definitely helped me, but oh my god, what an ugly start. Absolutely terrible. Out of all those teams that I used, it looks like Queen Amidala was the way to go. Damn, they just completely one-shot Revan. Right in the beginning like that. It happens, guys. Absolute PETA. That stinks. Down 3 teams. And hey, look at that. We just got a subscriber mid-video. Thank you so much to Andres for the sub. Now, we got to keep going here. That was a really, really bad start. So I'm thinking now we go right into Darth Revan with Mission and Zalbar. What am I doing, Mandalorians? I meant mercenaries. Did I not click it? There we go. All right. Zalbar and Mission. And I'm probably going to go for one of the Zalbar Cron because it gives me some resistance pen. And I have really good defense on this, actually. It's not a bad Cron at all. It's kind of actually overkill, I think, against the Focus Datacron for Stormtrooper Luke. But the positive is that it's pretty consistent. And then that's what we want to go for here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this. Unlucky dodge. Try to go for Leia. Nice fear. Just gotta wait a second. Look, buff disruption. That's what we need for conquest. Alright, let's keep going. Gotta get his protection down. Another big hit. Okay. Shock. Alright, 53. Unfortunately, not the best banners in that matchup. It is what it is. But like, I knew that going into it. You're going to lose Mission. There's nothing you can do to stop that. And then I couldn't get the protection banners back on Darth Revan. So, it is what it is. Now, got to deal with Satele. I got to deal with these couple teams. So, I'm thinking for the Commander Cody, I go a little bit more expensive today. I think I'm going to go Seer, Malgus, and regular Maul, because this is a very tough team. You simply cannot take it lightly. And I'm going to go with the Scoundrel, Dark Side speed up on a basic. I think this should be more than enough. Pretty good crit damage and armor pen. And you guys know the Focus Datacron. It's very good. The good thing is that we prevent revives with this team. Again, it's probably on the overkill side, but don't feel like playing around with this team today. They're very, very tough. Maybe I go all out. Get rid of the Retribution. Let's see what happens. Maybe I can get rid of kicks. Or not. Oh, wow. Seer has seen better days. I mean, they have really good opportunities of landing armor shreds, so I think I just do this. Probably should have targeted kicks there, but that's okay. I'm going to get a reset. Maybe even a kill. There we go. I'm going to lose 2 banners because of Seer, which turns it into a 55. Yeah, I don't really think I've used Malgus for anything in particular this season, and I ended up always having him towards the end of, like, my roster, so I think having him against this team and not having a stress for you trying to, like, do an RNG battle with Tuskens or anything like that made it a lot more smooth. So what I think now is we go right into Satele. And the question is do I want to save Sith Eternal, or do I want to save Great Mothers? I think I want to use my Great Mothers instead. I think that's the way to go. So we're going to go a regular Great Mother squad, and I'm going to go with the Terminator Cron. This one seems good to me. It's got pretty good defense. I want to make sure I save this one for Kylo. That's usually my Kylo Cron. So we'll go with the Dark Side Terminator Cron with high defense, crit damage, health, and offense. They're running a 25% Terminator Cron with 75% protection. So very, very strong. You guys know the deal. Let's definitely doom Satele, but I think we go for Revan first. I think that's the trick that I've been doing, and it's been working out pretty well for me. As shown. Like, I don't even think they're going to move. So she's probably going to do her big, you know, boom ability, but without protection on her, it's kind of null and void. I mean, very cool Hadouken, but it's not even close. It's not even close. But I have to say, I'm a little disappointed with Satele being dependent on turn meter against Stranger. I guess that's all about defining metas and stuff like that. It would be kind of cool if they added a speed clause to her Grand Arena leadership. Maybe that would make her over the top broken, but Revan is giving plus 30 speed to his Old Republic Jedi allies. Why couldn't she add that into her lead a little bit? That's just me being a little biased towards Old Republic and wishing she was a little bit more faster, but having her at a decent speed is helpful. And if they have a dark side Terminacron, as you can see, it's going to shut it down. It took me 3 attempts. So if my opponent continues to attack, they have the advantage now. So I have to be really cautious with that. Now, what I want to do here, I have to be very careful because this is the difference between overkilling something and not overkilling something. So I'm going to go ahead and think about this for a second and see what I want to do. I particularly like saving Malgus for like a back wall. I think Malgus does pretty well here. So I kind of want to see what I want to do. I tried Master Mace in the past and it didn't go too well for me. Maybe I could do some DTMG, but I don't know if that's a super easy battle as well. I think what I want to do is double check really quick. Shouldn't take like too long. Just want to check insights for like a second. But I'm pretty sure that DTMG should be able to pull this off. So let's go ahead and take a look. We got to deal with Boba Fett's Sign of Django, Asajj and Zam. Not a lot of data. Queen Amidala does well. Darth Revan does well. I don't know about him. Reva is somewhat good. Master Mace is 85%, but I hardcore failed it last time. So do I give it another shot is the question. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me kind of situation? It very well could be. I think I have to go with a very good Kron. That's probably the problem. This has good armor pen, health, and crit damage. This has protection. That's usually a pretty good Kron. This has Terminator armor pen and crit damage. I think I want to go for probably this. This gives me armor pen, high crit damage, and a little bit of health with some Terminator. So we're going to give this a shot. They're getting the offense on a basic, the buffs on a basic with the Wordy Bounty Hunter 6 with potency, armor pen, and health. The question is, I'm not sure who I go for first. Do I go for Asajj? Do I go for Boba Fett's Sign of Django? We have anti-revives in our kit, which is very nice, but with the Zam Omicron, this could be potentially a little scary. I am going to give it a shot, but I'm no expert at this battle. So Zam is the one under captive. So I think I go for this. I mean, that's pretty good damage. That's, I think, a pretty good start. I could be wrong. That, unless they absolutely pop off on me, I don't know. Alright, that's giving her potency up. We're hitting pretty hard. I'm surprised Mace is hitting this hard against this team. Wow. Okay. Mace. Okay, hold on a minute. Why are they hitting so hard in that battle? Okay, whoa. If Mace can do that consistently against Asajj, that's a huge freaking win for me. That's pretty nice, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Master Mace never really had a really good place in this meta, in my opinion. People just placed him on defense to get sithed, like fodder. But that's not bad. Unfortunately, we did drop 3 times. Or twice. We dropped twice, and they got 3 holds. I know someone called me out and saying that. I'm not saying it correctly, but that's the case. So, very strong back wall. We have, obviously, 2 Galactic Legends. The 2 that are usually kept in the back. Kept the Yoda and Chewie-Kron with Wookiees instead of the Rey. So, interesting stuff. Got to deal with Darth Vader. Got to deal with Tuskens. So, I'm probably going to do Stranger here. What I'm going to do here, I do have Kylo available. But I need Kylo for the top wall. Like, I need to be really careful. They have Leia. They have Pirate King Hondo. They have really strong teams remaining. Like, this is not going to be easy by any means. So, I need to figure out what I want to do for Leia. It might be a Sith Eternal Bane kind of situation. So, this is probably going to be the last time I ever get to do this. So, we are going to do it together. Whoops, that's not the one. We're going to do IG-88. And we're going to do, where is BT? Right here. This has been the counter this season. I wish I had some more critical chance on these Krons. I cannot go with this one because it has good crit chance, but it doesn't have the right level 3. It's all about this level 3. And the high crit damage is nice, but you really want crit chance to get those turns going. I just want to see if they have any sort of crit avoidance modding on their team, because that kind of affects this counter. So I'm not seeing any crit avoid, but obviously the focus Datacron does come with 85% crit avoid, so that could cause some issues. But we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. I've won every single time besides once, and it was against a Relic 9 Vader. So let's see if I can pull this off for the last round. Okay, we got to get some crits. We got 1 crit. Can I get some more? Not enough. I need some crits. No crits. See what I mean? This is the problemo. Oh, man. We didn't get crits, but we did get the kill. I think we're screwed. This should prevent the revive. Let's see if Vader absolutely just mauls... Yeah, we're done. Wow. See how we're not getting crits? I mean, that's a crit. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to withstand a Sith Lord. Yeah, not even close. So we couldn't get it done in the final round. And it has a lot to do with that critical chance, like I said. I don't have a lot on the Datacron. Maybe the higher relic levels on Vader help or something, but I wasn't able to land those crits today. So I will submit that. That's another drop for us. Not looking too good for us today. But it is all good. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to do to clean this up. Maybe we could do like a cool Bounty Hunter, Forlom, Zuckuss kind of thing. I don't ever get to use them. And I didn't really get to utilize that Kron. I actually don't even have Forlom on offense. So that's kind of a problemo. So maybe we'll go with Trench. Trench is usually pretty good at cleaning up things. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to save Dooku for Bane just in case. I will go with the 100% more damage Bounty Hunter Kron right here. So I can blow up Vader with the buffs on a basic. And do a nice, quick, easy cleanup. I think I can afford... He's going to die. Or not. Okay. Well, you stole the banner from us. We got a 34 instead of a 35. That stinks. That stinks. But it is what it is. Next up, we got to deal with this. Straight up, have to deal with it. And... not too many options. Not too many options. I might have to do like a Jabba against a Leia kind of situation. But what I think I'm going to do today is we'll do Stranger, Star Killer Maul with his Focus Datacron against Double Relic 10 Ahsoka Ezra, Relic 9 Hoyang, Terminator, Droid Kron. You guys know the deal. It's very, very good. Not a lot of health, but they have good armor pen and critical damage. It's all about making that smart early play with the fracture. I think that's the most important part. Obviously, she's getting really, really fast with her ult. I want to get the stun on Hoyang. I want to remove buffs. I want to fracture this guy. Perfect. And he loses a bunch of Terminator. They all do, actually. Let's get rid of Hoyang. Nice and easy. That should definitely be building up our fear. I'll save it for a turn. This should be good. It's a bunch of assists. Maybe I should have done that on Ezra, but I still think I'm okay. He's not really moving. Trying to see if I could potentially save the banners at the end. So at 100 stacks, I'm pretty sure this does ability block, right? Let me see. I kind of want to do this here. Is he already ability blocked? Okay, basic. Fear. Ult. Save it. For that big, big hit. And look at that. We finished with full banners. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Might have to consider the Kron I place on Stranger Star Killer next season, looking at what I want to shut down. Because if my opponent, like today, maybe was predicting that I was going to use Satele against Stranger, they put the 25% Terminator Kron, they knew Lord Vader was on defense, that could have caused, you know, problems. And it worked out because I couldn't get the team one-shot. So now I have to figure out this. And it's not going to be the easiest because this is still a very tough team. I had to use Queen. So I think what I have to do is I have to come back here and figure out these right here. So first things first, I think Kyla has to be the move. So we're going to do... Where's first order? 1, 2, 3. Going to go with my traditional cron that I use all the time. The Terminator with Armor Pen, offense, and crit damage. The one that they are running is the Tank Revive instead, which is okay for me because I have Kylo. They have the Terminator on a reset, whatever, 6. Bane 9 with high defense, crit damage, and Armor Pen. This team is no joke. Very, very tough. Yeah, Bane, you're getting put under lockdown. Okay, that's good RNG for me, I believe. Now, I know I get roasted all the time. People say, don't do lightning, do lightning. I'm going to start with lightning first and see if that does anything. He still has advantage, so that's great. I don't care. I'm stunning him. That gets me closer to ultimate. Let's do big hits. I'm popping ult. Do not care. He's already gone. That's a great sign. I'm going to swipe the siphon. I'm going to do the lightning. He's very close to going down. The good thing is, well, I know he's out of stun, but I can reapply the stun. I think I siphon. Basic. Who's he going to increase cooldowns? He doesn't have it up yet. Gonna stun. So he's being very kind this battle. He's increasing Kylo's cooldowns, which is actually a huge solid for me. Just gonna stun, just in case. I think I just basic. Might be able to finish this with higher banners. Maybe. Might have stole a banner. Yep, right at the end. But hey, at least that worked out for us today. That doesn't usually always go as smooth. They did increase Hux's cooldown, so that made it a little bit better for us. There's always that RNG check in the beginning. So I'm happy that worked. But this is a major question. Is Leia? And I have to figure out what I want to do here. I don't have Wampa with Wampacron, because Wampacron is on defense. Whatever I do here, I need to figure out for Rey. That's the tricky part. Because I've wasted teams already. And I could just combine Sith Eternal Bane. But what am I going to do against Rey? That's truly the question of this run, is the Rey battle. Because nothing here is making me feel confident. I could do Jabba. First of all, the Cron is the cleanse with high defense and armor pen and resistance pen, so that's really good for the overall team. We could very well get stuck here since I had to use... If I had Queen Amidala available, I wouldn't be sweating bullets, but I don't have Queen Amidala available, so I'm sweating bullets. What are we going to do? I don't feel comfortable with Kenobi. I don't think Kenobi's going to do anything. Sith Eternal Bane doesn't seem very safe either. JML, no freaking way. But at the same time, do I have a Cal Kestis Cron? I used the one with anti-revive. That would have been very nice to have. So unfortunately, he's not going to work. That would have been really ideal. This is no joke, Knights. I need to figure this out now because I don't want to take too much time. Oh boy. Let's look at this Cron again. High defense, resistance pen. Really good for Ben Solo. This is a tricky situation. I don't like doing this at all. I don't even think it's going to be, like, even remotely worth it. But we might have to just multi-battle this. Because I used my Ufus. I don't think Ufus would have done particularly phenomenal here with this much defense. Yeah. We're going to wing it. Okay, we're going to wing it. We're going to try JMK, Cat, Mace versus Relic 10, Rey, Ben, and Cal with a very high defense Cron. I'm pretty sure this has some really good armor penetration to deal with that. And some potency that maybe lands some ability blocks and some stuns. This is not an easy battle. This is probably a terrible win rate. Always start with this. Pass the turn here. And let's see who he's going to put the heal block on. Okay, that's probably best case scenario, I think. No stun. The goal is to insta-kill Cal. Okay, he's open. Boom. Now this is the tricky part. Is that's already a savior, I'm pretty sure. Let's go here. He's already ability blocked, so that's okay. Oh boy, how are we gonna do this? Got rid of the Inspire, cool. We are still alive. Why are you dodging? That's not what we need from you. Put this on him because she might do it. Nope, she didn't do it. That's a damage immunity there. Okay, that worked out for me, actually. Except, unless Ben Solo does this, and yeah, that's a potential issue. Let's see what happens here. I need members of my team alive to pull this off. So we might lose... okay. This might work out right here. Holy crap, we got JMK to work against freaking Rey. Holy crap. That's really huge. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't look up any insight. I don't think that's a particularly high win rate win. I think a lot of it is that we had good RNG with Ben putting heal immunity on Kenobi and not Cat. But you could see what Ben Solo can do with the buffs on a basic and resistance pen. He could actually do some serious damage and chunk your team. So that's kind of like, wow. A little bit of a Hail Mary, and it worked out for us. I'm not particularly super comfortable with just the solo Bane for some reason against Leia. I don't really ever get it to work. Especially with high defense like that, it's a little tricky. But against Saw Gerrera, I need to probably go way more expensive. But now, I think the clear answer here will be Sith Eternal and Bane versus Leia. And I'm probably going to go for the dark side buff on a basic with some decent health and crit damage. That's got some crit chance too. The question is, what is more worth? This has a little bit more survivability. I might be completely overthinking this too. Do we deal physical damage? You know what? Let's go with the armor pen for Bane. With a little bit of health and protection and the buffs on a basic. Relic 10 Leia. They have the cleanse. They have high defense, armor pen, resistance pen. All good stuff all around. But I don't think it's going to matter with these two combined. I think we're way too overkill. So I do want to link Drogon and Leia. It's honestly the only two options I can do at the moment. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm still very happy that I was able to get JMK to work against Rey. That really, I always have had a hard time with that. And I do think it had to do with some pretty good RNG. Alright, Drogon's out of the picture. I'm going to relink here. I don't like how Bane does not have any protection. That kind of sucks. Or stinks. Sucks and stinks at the same time. Alright, I know it's better to do it on the side, but I don't think it's going to really matter today. Okay. We're doing it. Do not kill Bane. Killed freaking Bane. Actually lost Bane. A little scared. How did I lose Bane? I should maybe relink to get a faster ult. I don't think he's gonna 1v1 Leia. Is this because of Relic 10? They don't even have that much health. Oh, no. Oh, we're screwed. This lost! This actually lost! What? Sith Eternal Bane lost to Leia? That's incredible! Wow, what? JMK could have lost to Rey, and I would be like, okay, understandable. Those two combined losing to Leia? What? I needed Bane to live, and I probably should have went with a higher Kron. I don't know. Oh, that was atrocious. Atrocious. Okay. Need to figure this out. I'll have to come back to that. That really sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just straight cheese. But we gotta move on, because we gotta get to some conquest videos. Okay, let's go with the dark side. Buffs on a basic with some armor pen and crit damage against the focused Datacron for Inquisitor Barriss. Is anyone else shocked with that? I mean, this Grand Arena has been, like, as bad as it's going for us, it's definitely entertaining. Win, lose, or draw, I'm having fun. Because there are things that I'm not expecting to happen that are happening. Like Sith Eternal Bane losing to Leia. And JMK beating Rey. Like, a little bit shocked right now. I know the banners are trosh, but what can we do? Oh, man. That sucks. Straight up. Let's get some of these easier battles over with first before I start to throw my head at the wall at, Leia. So let's go with a... I guess I don't have to go anything crazy here, honestly. I want to make sure I have enough Krons for when I have to face Leia. I could sort by health. Should I have done this instead with the Kron with Sith Eternal Bane and not gone for a dark side? I don't know. I don't know. This sounds a little bit, maybe a little bit better. But I will go with this for Malgus versus Mace, even though it's completely overkill. They have the turn meter, high crit damage, armor pen. Very good stuff, but always got to deal with Mace. I will go with it. I want to get rid of my blind. Happy with the shock. They're hitting hard on Basti, which we don't want. Unfortunately, he has foresight. I think Bastila is done. Oh, we got lucky. No crit. Maybe I should have kept him feared. Oh, we're getting a little unlucky with this one. Ooh. Oh, she's so upset. She doesn't even have a freaking picture, and she's cooked. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did he have blind? Tell me he had blind. Why are they critting so much? It's 15% crit chance. I'll never understand. I feel like there's some battles where Malgus is the most uncrittable character or team in the game. And then there's battles where I just feel like he wants to get crit. Just insane. Honestly, you don't even need a 3-man. You just bring in the 2 Sith Baldies and you're fine. Absolutely fine. There we go. Let's full auto it. I mean, does anyone else feel like the same thing with Malgus? Like, I feel like there's some battles where he just never gets crit, and then whenever you use him, he's always getting crit. It's kind of funny. Well, at least we got through it. But they did take 3 banners, which I'm not a fan of. I never will be. Never will be a fan of that. So, this guy. This freaking guy. The absolute worst. I mean, I've been trying to find things this season to deal with him. And he's just simply not fun to deal with. So I'm thinking I go with Bo. And even with the Terminacron, I don't know if I'm going to outspeed. This has really good armor pen, but I remember the last time I tried it, it didn't even make a difference. So I think I'm going to go with a... Which one? This has more crit damage and a little bit of protection. So let's go with the 25% turn meter with a little bit of protection. They have 140% defense, and it may not be 300%, but that's still a lot, and it makes a huge difference. I am telling you. Buffs on a special, Wordy Mercenary 6, Kyle Katarn 9, Armor Pen, and crit damage. I would love for Bo to get this to work. Would be very, very fun. And even with the turn meter, we're still slow.
No.
So, I'm ready to see Kyle and the whole enemy team absolutely fry me. Like, as shown here. You see what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, this is the reason why I want to invest in a Saul Luthen team. Even though they're, like, on the way out.
No.
They are god tier broken. Get rid of his buffs. And survive another turn.
No.
I'm okay with this. Do not one shot. Oh my god. Counters?
No. No.
Okay. I know you have blind. Ooh. Get rid.
No.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Okay. That's good. Damage dealer is down, but still at the same time, this decoy hits just as hard. Watch. And we're gonna get hit with the freaking passive of his thing. Let's get rid of you.
No.
Nice. Bo's actually hitting like a truck.
No.
I wonder if Bo is the answer all season long. Is this something I was overlooking? Is Bo this consistent against Saw? Oh, out of all the people.
No. No.
Jeez. If we didn't have 100 stacks of our passive, this wouldn't be going as well. You know what? Do it. You're gonna hit. That's fine.
No. No. No.
Same thing as before? Alright, that seems to be the combo. That's twice we got rid of the big targets because of that.
No.
And it ends up only being, what, a 53 or 54? This might fix it. Or hurt it. I think it hurt it. It actually didn't do anything. Okay. If Bo is the answer to Saul all season long, then I'm living under a rock. And I definitely could have utilized Bo better against him. So, that's another oversight by me. So, got the Wookiees and Leia. So I'm probably going to end up using Jabba here. And I'm hoping Jabba can deal with a two-man Leia squad. If they don't, again, something seriously up with Leia on defense. Maybe this is the new resurgence for Leia on defense that I have missed. Maybe there's something that I didn't figure out that I needed to earlier. And it is what it is. I'm going to go with the debuff turn meter thing. Even though the armor pen does nothing for me here. I gotta just see if Leia can do anything against that team. This has 94% resistance pen, but is it worth it? I don't know if it is. And even this has resistance pen actually, and you know what? I might go with this. This resistance pen might help deal with that defense. And it's got the buffs on a basic for light side. So you know what? Let's go with this against Leia for the cleanup. I wonder if Jabba in the first place could have gotten it done. So you know what? Just go. Get R2 out of here. Alright, doesn't seem like... I mean, there we go. You see that damage? There we go. Disarm you. You shouldn't be able to target Jabba, so there's not a lot of healing and cleansing from her. Not yet. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. I mean, obviously getting through R2 is not the biggest struggle. It's Leia. So let's see if my Datacron choice was correct. Alright, it's 27. Should be getting contracts soon. She's going kind of fast. Buff immunity so she doesn't get retribution. Contract is my friend. The thermals don't matter, so I just gotta gun her down with basics, because that gives defense down. That's not hitting the way I want. healing. Why is she so fast? Fine, let's try an AoE. Not terrible. Let's just go for the armor shred. Maybe it's a kill. Or it's a kill. Maybe that would have been a better one-shot. Maybe. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Can't really live in that mindset, but that would have been nice. That would have been nice. So we did end up getting through Leia. Not the way I wanted to, though. Definitely not the way I wanted. So now we gotta deal with the Wookiees with their focus Datacron, and I'm thinking JML, I would hope, would be able to do it. I don't think they're as good in 3v3 than they are in 5v5, but that could be a complete and utter oversight by me. I think the protection is more worth it than the Calcron, honestly. I think it's more powerful. So I'm going to go with 25% turn meter and 71% protection. And obviously, it's the focus Datacron. They have a lot of health, so hitting them under protection is going to be kind of tricky because they're going to be very healthy. So let's see. Imagine this loses. If this does lose, JML needs a lifter, like, immediately. So that's all that health modding. It made them survive the extra hit. But at least we got through Yoda and Chewie. I'm going to be honest. If JMK didn't work against Rey, I think we were going to get stuck. Whoops, we'll go here. Pass to Luke. Here we go. We're going to get our insta-kill anyway. Didn't even need it. But for the swagger. Okay. 56. Not bad. Not bad. Now I have to deal with Tuskens for the final team of Grand Arena this season. And you know what? I think I'm going to go with Imperial Remnant just to make it a little bit of fun. And over here, go with the Remnant Cron. The stats, I'm going with a Terminator on a special, Wordy Remnant 6 with protection, armor pen, potency, and crit chance. They have a 25% Terminator Cron with high defense, armor pen, crit damage, and a little bit of offense. That massive volley should be able to do enough to get through any sort of high defense that they have. But the Terminator is interesting. Kind of got to rely on these AoEs, I think. And also turn meter. We'll see. We'll see if this was a mistake. I don't think it is, to be honest with you. We got rid of Warrior. Chieftain's close. Just think it's all about timing these AoEs. I think Chieftain's gone. Or the whole team is gone. Okay. Warrior did come out swinging, but no hands for the Beskar armor Gideon. So, not the best performance for our last battle. But, you know what? I have to admit, it was fun. It was fun because you figured out things that we wouldn't normally figure out. And we are playing a little bit against, like, the odds with, like, things I didn't even know about. Like, JMK Rey. Sith Eternal Bane losing to Leia. Like, I know that's bad, but it's still fun to see happen in real time. So, let's keep this going. We're going to do Profundity against Negotiator for a nice clean 77. And as soon as I'm done with this, Conquest videos. I really am curious what they're going to do with Fleet Arena, like, soon, because it's the same thing over and over and over. At least, like, trying off-meta counters in the previous ship meta was interesting, even though it was like, you didn't want your Grand Arenas to be decided on ships. At least it made it a little bit more intriguing. Like, this is just, like, repeat after repeat after repeat. It's like, bring in the meta fleets on offense, try to get the highest banners possible. If you get less than a 77, 76, 76 on fleet, then you're doing something wrong, it feels like. Like, you're not playing it correct. Happy I got that procced already. S here. And let's get that tenacity up going. Prevent the daze. Very good. Good, we're getting crits. They help heal. There we go. That's going to be close to the end of the match. They are going to outspeed for another turn, but we're absolutely fine. Definitely going after Outrider really, like, a lot at the end, but we're okay. Just go for the kill here. Just straight up postponing the inevitable. Did we get the kill? Very nice. Assist? Nope. Okay. We got one more. Alright, very cool. 77. Typical for every Profundity versus Negotiator match. Now we gotta do Leviathan versus Home 1. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Nice, quick, easy auto battle. Not much to say about that. This is, honestly, I feel like it's like a little bit RNG dependent on the turns at the end to see how much you can pick up with the banner recovery. But it's mostly the same. Like, I think I average a 75. I try to make it at least a 76, but there are the rare occasions I get the 77. I could do full auto, but I kind of just want to take my time with it. Okay. Interesting. That's not typical. That's an interesting second reinforcement. It's actually pretty good. Okay, we're getting closer. It's not terrible banners at the moment. That makes it a 76. They're probably going to steal some right here. Yeah, he's going to steal. Yep, but I might be able to get a heal. Might. Like I said, the average is like typically 75. But if I could stall this out... There we go. I think I go for an AoE instead of a basic. And do the middle ability, and that should make it a 77. There we go. You see, like, it's sometimes at the end you could pull it out. So that's 2 77s. That's pretty good for Fleet. I'm not disappointed with that. Now, Home 1. And you know what? I'm going to try a different starting lineup. I want to try something a little different. I'm going to go with Biston instead of Cassian, and we're going to go with B-Wing and see if it's any better. I just want to figure out stuff and see what could be improved. So we're not going to do Cassian. That could be a grave error. Could be a grave error, but we're here to learn. And it's the final match of the season. If I lose on ships, I don't think I'm going to lose on ships today. I think it's going to be because of how I performed everywhere else. So what we're going to do is... let's do this. And then basic. Alright, already a little eh. Am I doing this right? I can't tell. What does this do? I don't know. Okay, they're gonna take one turn. Oh, they're gonna take 2 turns. I think this is a 75 or a 76, right? Alright, 75. We lost 1 banner on Fleet, so that is going to conclude this Grand Arena run, and we ended with a 2002. That is not pretty, not by any means. So, want to give a shout out to my opponent, Naveed, for putting down a really, really fun board that honestly threw me off. I will admit, learning about the dark side 25% Terminacron to shut down Satele is genius, and it really, really played out. And I had to figure out things throughout this battle to try to get the win. Like, this one sucked. I need a better crit chance on that mod. Got to figure out something different for 3v3 in the upcoming season. I might have to try to get DTMG to work every single battle and figure out that modding. But JMK beating Rey was super clutch. And then Sith Eternal Bane losing to Leia definitely was hilarious. So, yeah, hopefully my opponent continues to attack. I know they were wanting me to do some testing and stuff like that. I appreciate them, you know, doing that for me. Big shout out to them again, and I'll catch you guys for the review. Alright, Knights, after grinding sectors 1 and 2 of Conquest on the first day and pumping out a couple of videos with that, we are back for the GAC review, and I did end up getting the win. And I think, again, big shout out to my opponent for being a class act and reaching out and trying to do something fun, and I just simply forgot to respond. So they did only do the one attack and stopped, so I think they would have pulled out the win if they did choose to keep attacking. I had a pretty rough go today, but I did have some fun. Even though I was dropping, I never once felt tilted for some reason. I just felt like, you know what, it's the last match of the season. I want to try different things. They said different types of Datacrons, and we ended up getting the win because my opponent kind of gifted me the win. So that's a 6-3 finish. But keynotes for next season: if you want to shut down Satele, it looks like that 25% turn meter equation with light and dark side will mean Starkiller will win. But that might open up the door for some other counters. So we have to keep in mind, if you're scouting your opponent or if you want to kind of predict what they're going to do, if they keep Lord Vader on defense, maybe set a 25% Terminacron for next season. That could shut down things. And if I'm ever in a pinch, I can now use Kenobi against Rey, Ben, and Cal. And I don't know if that was minor luck or I played the matchup very well. I have a feeling if they put heal immunity on any other character, I was going to be in trouble. So, but I'm very happy that worked out today. Gonna have to figure out a different counter for Darth Vader Duels End next season, because the Aphra Cron, or the IG-88 Cron was very, very nice. It is gonna go away. If I had better crit chance than that Cron, I probably would have been more consistent with it and have a 100% success rate instead of like an 88% win rate of whatever the numbers would be. But overall, happy with the season. 6-3, that's a positive ratio. Did better than what you're supposed to. If you're 5-4, that's an overall great season. We went 6-3, so we went above what we were supposed to do. So, Vex is a happy camper. Hopefully we start next season even stronger and try to go 9-0 and get into the top 50. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this season and this Grand Arena round. I know it was a little bit different because we didn't have all the edits, but I do appreciate your patience because I want to make sure I can get those Conquest guides out for you guys. So if you did enjoy it, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe for more content to support your boy Vex on his road to 10,000 subs. Can't wait to hit that number, guys. But the Force be with you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.